Hi, my name is Elaine and today I will take you with me as I practice sketching skulls. I can explain why. First of all, I freaking love skulls. They make me happy. I would like to learn how to draw portraits and therefore I think I need to learn how to draw skulls. I would like to be able to get the anatomy correct enough to be able to make a realistic representation of a person. At the end of this video, I hope to be able to show you an epic skull. You know what? If it doesn't look good, I will still show you. I mean, the result is a result, right? Why does a result always need to be good? Alright then, let's get sketching. I will start sketching without any form of reference to see what my current skill level is at. Since I'm sketching without reference, our friend needs to go somewhere else for a bit. Here comes the part that I dread the most, and that is showing you what it looks like. It was quite frustrating to sketch from memory and realize that I really had to think very hard. But I did it, and I said I would show, well, everything. So, here we go. This is the result. On the flip side though, it means that I've got a whole lot to do. And a whole lot to learn. So that's fun. Since I like drawing, that's a good thing. I'm starting the sketch with a 2B clutch pencil and then I continue with a 6B graphite pencil to make things nice and dark. Attempt Po! Yay! Alright. Lots of work to do. While sketching, I'm trying to remind myself to use the Loomis method. When using those construction lines, you don't really have to guess where the eyes and the nose go, because it makes sense. Here you can see how I use the reference on my phone to figure out how to draw the eye sockets. Here's a little hack for you. If you want to stop your phone from sliding, use a tiny bit of kneadable eraser. At this point in the video I've landed on a method that works for me when making skulls. So I start with a 2B graphite pencil, then I get in there with my ink liners with Sakura ink, and then I make it darker with a 6B graphite pencil. And by the way, the sketch pad that I'm using does not have a brand and it comes from a store that is similar to the dollar store. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit frustrated with sketching skulls, so at some point I scratched through what I thought of as a failure at the time and put down my pencil and picked it up again the day after. That was not me giving up, that was me taking a break. And when I picked up the pencil again the day after, I was happy to see that it went better than before, went faster than before, and I felt a lot more confident in sketching. Hi guys! I had an idea. And I don't have time for the idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway because now it's in my head. My initial plan was to just make a few sketches of skulls and show you how I do that, and then ta-da, done, thank you for watching. But I am fascinated by those still life skull paintings that you find all over the internet. This is what I'm fascinated about, and I know that these have been made with oil paint, and I'm not an oil painter, I don't even own oil paint. I'll be doing it with watercolor. And my idea is to grab a pile of books and on top of that I will put a skull, and the skull, that will be my reference. I'm just going to make my still life. Yeah, so change your plans. I'm gonna paint. And like a normal person, I will be sketching on the floor. But I'm doing this because the still life thingy that I made with my books and skull just looked a little bit better from that angle. So I absolutely underestimated how difficult it is to draw a pile of books and to make it look like correct. Here you can see the line still. I started with a box and within that box I made books. And then I made certain that the vertical lines lined up with the line of the box. Yeah, so far it doesn't look like much yet, but it'll get better. We have to trust the process. For painting, I am using Archie's Watercolor Cotton 300 grams paper, and I use transfer paper to transfer it onto the watercolor paper. And the transfer paper leaves behind little graphite marks that are easily erasable if needed. I've used it before for the castle video that I've made previously, and it worked really well, so I'm happy to use it again. In hindsight, I could have used a colored pencil to transfer the sketch, so that I could see where I was. That probably would have been clever. As for paint, I'm using Winsor & Newton's tube paints. And I will mostly be sticking to blues and oranges and a little bit of red. I'm starting by making the paper moist where I want to paint the background. And I'm starting with a very bright blue, with the idea to tone it down in the process. Since watercolor paint is see-through, the layers underneath will always be a little bit visible. Every now and then you can see me clean up the edges with a little bit of paper towel. I do this to make certain that the tape stays nice and sticky. Pro tip: if you've made a mistake, you can reactivate the paint again after drying with a little bit of water, then take a bit of paper towel and soak up the pigment. In that way you can more or less correct your mistake. So I was wondering, why would so many people paint a pile of stuff on a desk with a skull on it? Well, apparently it had a reason. Apparently this type of painting is called a Vanitas, and it is a still life that symbolizes that everything is useless. A little bit memento mori like. It is a, let's see... RealismToday.com says it's a genre of still life painting developed in the 16th century, flourished during the golden age of Dutch painting in the 17th century. Now we know. So when painting a wall with more chalky paint, you would grab a big brush and make X shapes until your wrists fall off, basically. I tried to mimic that effect with watercolor paint, with my second layer of the blue background. Do you think I succeeded? You'll see at the end. I am using a watercolor pencil for the very first time. It got so much darker when making it wet. I really did not expect that. Pretty cool. Now I am trying to tone down the colors, shade in where shade should be, work on the details, and I'm trying to make it all come together. I'll stop talking for a little bit now so you can enjoy the process. So this painting was a little bit of a spontaneous idea. And even though I had to hurry up a little bit and the result might not be as clean as I would like it to be, for my current skill level I am pretty happy with it. Alright, now we've reached the end of this skull sketching video. Practicing is not always the most fun thing to talk about and to show, but it is so very important. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Is it weird to like skulls? When you take away the fleshy bits, people are smiling. That's probably creepy. Don't take away your fleshy bits. Please keep your face on. I don't think I'm gonna include this.